Okay, this is to get you started with your digital portfolio template, which is linked right below there, and the Google Sites digital portfolio resource. This kind of gives you an overview first video of Introduction to Google Sites, and the video I'm making right now will be embedded and linked right here. It's basically how you're going to get started with your ePortfolio for your graduation project. Now Google Sites is a great way to make websites, so this is just an overall tutorial on getting started with creating a site. You'll be using a template, so the beginning of this about creating a site, creating a URL, all that type of stuff has already been taken care of, and I'll show you that shortly. And the following video after that is really how can I do more with Google Sites. As you build your ePortfolio, you're going to have to learn more of how to manipulate a Google site. Google's products are pretty straightforward and intuitive, but if you do have any troubles or issues with it, there's a link down here that can go basically over everything you need to know about Google Sites. Introduction, create formatting, choosing page types, embedding gadgets, managing pages, share and publishing. Basically everything you need to know about Google Sites is on this page here. It really is kind of like a textbook online for you to learn how to create and manage a Google site, which is your ePortfolio for the graduation project. Okay, with all that said, you can return back to the course, Graduation Project Explorer. And then right down below here is the digital portfolio template. When you click that, it takes you to a resource in Moodle that has a link to your Google Apps at wilsonsd.org share account. And this is the template. So when you just copy this and open a new browser. Okay, so when you do click on that, it'll take you out into a new web page, and you're going to choose your login credentials for the Wilson School District. If this is the first time you've learned into our at share.wilson.org Google Apps domain, then your password is going to be Bulldogs, all lowercase, with your Wilson School District network ID, like 2000, let's say 15. First three of your last name, first three of your first name and middle initial. And then if there's an @share.wilsonsd.org down here, you do not have to add that. If you do log in somewhere else through Google, you will need to append this to your username. And your password is Bulldogs the first time, and if it's not your first time, it would ask you to change your password, and hopefully you change it to something to remember. I usually tell students just to change it to your network password, just to make it a little bit easier to remember. So once you sign in, it should take you directly to that graduation project portfolio template, again from the course, that directs you right to the template. Now the template you don't have any control over to edit. Now I do because I made it, but you would not see an edit page button up here. But basically this is going to be your template for your graduation project portfolio throughout all 9th grade year, 10th grade year, and 11th grade year, and you're just going to be building all the documents and reflections you have about your graduation project in this, and this is what your teacher will be collaborating on with you to help you build your project portfolio. So the first thing you need to do is just hit use this template. When you use this template, it allows you to choose a different template, but obviously you want to use the graduation project portfolio template. Otherwise you're going to have to build your project portfolio yourself, and then I would just use your last name. Anything else is fine, but an identifier for yourself and your teacher to make it easily understood what it is, because if everyone puts graduation project, your teacher's going to have 14 sites that say graduation project. So I'll put McCaffrey grad project, graduation project. I'll talk about theme and options and another way to do that through Google Sites. There's no reason to learn it in two different spots. Okay, now you've made a copy of that graduation portfolio yourself. For instance, if I needed to change the content, actually I probably would. I wouldn't want this to be on my portfolio in the beginning here. You want to customize the content on this home page to personalize the portfolio. So say if you're into computers and you do your graduation project on portfolios, obviously something images that kind of reflect that portfolio should be used on this home page. And all I need to do is hit the edit page button since you own it. And then you can come in here and delete the content and get into inserting, images and things that are related to it as well. I probably would also change this home into something else. And you don't want to always see that. I'll show you a different way to do that as well. So this is where you can add your own content that you like to put in there, and then all you need to do is save. In the next couple videos you'll watch, I'll show you how to add and edit and do all that type of stuff as well. The other major thing you must do here is if you go to More Actions, and then you could do Site Permissions. Underneath, again, this More Actions button is Site Permissions. This is how you're going to allow your project portfolio, or excuse me, your graduation project advisor to see your site, and if they are able to see their site, then you can get credit for it, and then you'll be able to graduate from Wilson School District. So you want to go to Site Permissions, and it loads up a little dialog box here. Be careful with Google Sites. We do want to change this. By default, these are meant to be collaborative tools, so by default, and notice it says Wilson School District, people at Wilson School District can find and edit this site. That is not good. So we want to first go in and change who has access. Eventually you probably do want to have anyone with the link. No one can really find it. You need to send it to them. So you could set this up right now, but if you don't want to, you can have it private until you want to release it. And anyone with the link will be probably more towards the end of your project when you're ready to present it. Obviously you want anyone who was involved with this project throughout the whole time to be able to see your portfolio, just so they can see how you've grown throughout this process. But if you want to, you keep it private. You just got to remember when you want to share it with anyone who doesn't have a Wilson School District login with anyone a link. So these are just different visibility options. So I would just say anyone with the link. Again, no one can find it unless you share with them that link, and there's the link that you would just share with somebody. But what I would also do is make sure that your teacher can share. Now you could email them this, but you want to make them an editor so that they can add comments and help you mold this ePortfolio. So since we're all part of Wilson School District, if you just start to type your teacher's name, there's mine, Chris McCaffrey. If I'm going to add Deb Chestnuts, I can find her name by just typing her last name. If you type by first name, it'll work. It's just hard to find a person because it doesn't allow you to scroll down in this box. So I always find it easier to just type in the last name. So if Deb Chestnut is my senior project advisor, graduation project advisor, I'm going to make her an editor. I can make her a viewer, but then she wouldn't be able to add comments or anything. So you do want to make them an editor, and then you can notify them via email. Then they'll have a link directly to it, and then basically when you share and save, it'll send them a link in email. But you can also see that now she is an editor of this site, and if I want to, I can change her level of permissions right here, or just remove her at any time. That way when she comes into her Google Sites, I'll just open it up in a new window, she will see a list of all the sites that were shared to her, and then she would see your graduation project portfolio as well, and that's a way that you can get credit for the work you're going to be doing here. And again, just to remind you, it's under More Actions, Site Permissions. Remember to change that from Wilson, anyone can edit it, because you don't want anyone to be able to edit it, and then share it to your graduation project advisor there so they can access what you need to do. For example, in quarter one of your 9th grade year, you're going to be doing a career brainstorming reflection. Easier said than done. So basically, here's the prompt for you according to a rubric, and all you need to do is hit a new post. Allows you to type right inside of your ePortfolio, and then your teacher would be able to add comments down here as well. So this is a page part of your ePortfolio. And I'll be stepping you through other things as they come along throughout the graduation project portfolio online course. So basically the course is kind of like your textbook in Moodle, and this is how you report out to your teacher. Alright, hopefully that's helpful. Thanks.